Joseph Marthoma Metropolitan, distinguished guests, bishops, priests, sisters, ladies and gentlemen. I am pleased to welcome you all to the 9th World Syria Conference 2018, organized by St. Ephraim Ecumenical Research Institute, Kottayam. It is commendable that the management of SEERI, especially Reverend Dr. Jacob Takeparabel and his team, have been putting in a lot to bring back at least a bit of the past glory of Syriac, which it enjoyed in early centuries. Out of these, one of the most noted activities is conducting World Syriac Conference every 4 years since the inception of this institute more than 3 decades ago. At a time when most of the Syrian Christian churches, while boasting of their proud Syrian patrimony, unwittingly started overlooking their heritage, SEERI came up urging us to look back to the rock from which we were cut and the quarry from which we were hewn, by brushing up our memories on our history, traditions, and practice by trying to rejuvenate the noble Syriac language and its sacred literature. We know that Syriac was a major literary language throughout the Middle East from the 2nd to the 8th century AD. It was also the lingua franca of Oriental Christianity. As Eastern Christians, we drew our life breath through Syriac, the prime language of our divine liturgy. Hence, it was imperative that we try to preserve this ancient language from the dying out and reconnect ourselves to this lifeline of faith. So far, SEERI has done a great deal bringing us back to the breast that suckled us for centuries and nourished us to grow. I admire and congratulate the management of SEERI on their big success in doing so. Thank you, SEERI. To put it in Syriac, Tawdi Lord SEERI. It is high time that more such events took place to highlight the remarkable contribution which Syriac language has made through centuries to the socio-religious life of millions on this land and elsewhere, who proudly call themselves Syrian Christians. To us, Syriac served as a flaming torch leading us through centuries. However, several attempts were made in the past to snuff out its flame. The worst such case happened in 1599, when the foreigners burned to ashes our treasured books in an attempt to black out the language and contain the heresy during the Synod of Dying. May the Almighty help SEERI and like-minded institutions kindle back the torch from those few ash-covered embers that are still not fully put out. Presentations planned for this conference, I am sure, will enable the members of the Syrian Churches of India to feel the warmth of its flame and appreciate their own enviable patrimony and to draw inspiration from it for the spiritual and liturgical renewal of their churches. The president of this gathering, His Grace Dr. Joseph Marthoma Metropolitan of the Malangara Marthoma Syrian Church, one of the 7 churches holding courageously and with pride the Syriac heritage in both its original form and in its translations. Regarding the connections of Marthoma Church with SEERI, from the very beginning, Marthoma Church, Marthoma Seminary, and Marthoma Metropolitans were always involved in the activities and the growth of this institution. We gratefully remember the encouragements we received from former metropolitans. The uniqueness of our present metropolitan consists of his competence to handle the liturgy in Syriac. His Grace is a keen supporter of those who want to learn Syriac and bring out the treasures of this heritage for the benefit of all. Last conference was inaugurated by His Grace. In this conference, His Grace is blessing us as the president of this inaugural function. He will be greeting us again in the Marthoma Theological Seminary on Wednesday the 12th, and we gratefully welcome our dear great Metropolitan Dr. Joseph Marthoma to this opening session. Today we have the honor of having the 9th World Syria Conference inaugurated by Professor Dr. Sabu Thomas, the present Acting Vice Chancellor of Mahatma Gandhi University and Professor of Polymer Science and Engineering at the School of Chemical Sciences and Founder Director of the International and Inter-University Center for Nanoscience and Nanotechnology. Together with the former Vice Chancellor and the whole team of MG University, Professor Sabu Thomas has raised Mahatma Gandhi University to the highest grade of universities in India. Through the international conferences that his department organized until now, Professor Dr. Sabu Thomas is the best person to inaugurate this World Syria Conference. In fact, his suggestion to contact the various ministries in Delhi directly in the capacity of SEERI as the regional center and PhD center of Mahatma Gandhi University was very helpful to get all the necessary clearances in the fastest way possible. We understand that Professor Sabu Thomas has close association with some of the French universities, and our French colleagues would find in you a colleague who knows the French university system and La France. Only tomorrow the French colleagues will arrive. I am very happy to welcome Dr. Professor Sabu Thomas to this inaugural function. The keynote lecture will be given by Dr. Harold Schuermann, Director of the Institute of Missiology in Aachen and an Associate Professor of the Bonn University. Dr. Harold Schuermann has been accompanying the SEERI Institute from its very early stages and was assisting as the responsible person of Missio at its various levels. Like Sebastian Brock and many other colleagues here, he was instrumental in raising SEERI to the status of a university department. As a scholar of all Semitic languages and as an author of numerous publications, he supports SEERI's activities and programs. As in the previous conference, he will be enriching us with his keynote lecture, this time on Assyrians and Chaldeans in Iraq in the 20th century. The Syrian Christians of Kerala, belonging to the East and West Syrian tradition, will be highly benefited by this lecture. I welcome Harold Schuermann to this inaugural function. Next is our series of speakers. Comes Professor Dr. Daniel McConaughey of the California State University. His first visit to SEERI is 33 years ago, just 2 months after the inauguration of SEERI in 1985. When he was preparing his research thesis under Professor Arthur, he stayed in SEERI and undertook researches on the manuscripts preserved in Orthodox Theological Seminary, Conant Library, etc. After his doctorate, he acquired another PhD in business administration, obviously for financial reasons, and was teaching until 2 months back as a professor of business administration in California State University. As he is entering retirement, he comes back to his first passion for Syriac. I welcome Professor Dr. Daniel McCongie to this inaugural meeting. To welcome Professor Dr. Alison Salvation, I should say that for the Indian academic world, a link of reference to Oxford University is vital. Like Professor Sebastian Brock, who is to be regarded as one of the founding fathers of SEERI, she has always shown keen interest in the development of SEERI through her presentations in all the Syriac conferences of SEERI and through her publications. While we are proud of your contributions, I welcome most wholeheartedly Professor Dr. Alison Sleveson to this inaugural function. Professor Dr. A.M. Thomas, Professor and Director of the School of International Relations and Politics, Mahatma Gandhi University, is a part of this institution not only as a member of the St. Thomas Malankara Catholic Church of Kottayam, but also as a close associate of SEERI. Until recently, he was a syndicate member of Mahatma Gandhi University, and we welcome him wholeheartedly to our midst to this conference. Referring to Professor Dr. Hidemi Takahashi of the University of Tokyo, I noticed that we have here serious scholars from California to Japan, via Europe and the Middle East. Professor Hidemi Takahashi is also a supporter of SEERI's mission and activities. He has also expressed his readiness to be visiting professor to this institution, especially in the writings of Bar Ebraios, whose writings are his area of research. Dear Professor, a hearty welcome to you. The vote of thanks to this inaugural function will be proposed by our dear Reverend Dr. Raju Parakot, who is guiding SEERI as our joint director in all serious areas of service and teaching. While congratulating him for recently acquiring a PhD degree based on the works of Jacob of Saru on Apostle Paulus, in fact, thanks to this research, he has been enriched with an ardent spirit of Paul. I welcome Reverend Dr. Raju Parakot to this function. Now I turn to the audience. Looking at the list, I see that there are over 70 scholars from abroad and over 30 from the various universities and institutions in India. Dear friends from abroad, dear bishops, professors, scholars, you were aware of the calamities that happened to this state of Kerala, which is also a land of Syria. Constant rain and catastrophic floods did damage thoroughly our state. In spite of all discouraging news from your media, you have dared to come over to this institution in Kerala. Thus, you made this event to happen as planned. If you had not shown this courage, this event would not have been possible. While congratulating you in a special way for this courage, all of us gathered here welcome you wholeheartedly. To all the Indian scholars who are offering papers, I welcome them for their hard work and generous support in sharing the fruits of their research on our common heritage. In the audience, there are also others who are not serious scholars but who want to be enriched by the scholarly contributions of the presentations. Dear friends, most welcome to this event. You will make this conference lively by your presence. A special welcome to Reverend Dr. Father M.P. George, Director of Shruti and Director of Sumoro Choir, who welcomed us in Syriac language. Together with SEERI, Father M.P. George and Sumoro Choir have organized a unique event of Syriac musical tradition in this town, and today they are leading us to this conference through their contribution. As you offered us through your praise song, Father M.P. George and Sumoro Choir, we welcome you to this gathering. I also welcome the foreign delegation led by Right Reverend Dr. Mar Johanan Fenwick and Mar Paul Hunt, as well as all the bishops, fathers, sisters. All of you are most welcome. With these words, I welcome wholeheartedly all who are on the podium and all those in the audience and those who are around us, helping out in various ways during this event. Thank you very much. Taudi Sagi.